So each state has their own laws on who's required to carry workers' comp coverage. So if we're talking specifically about the state of Missouri, any business that has 5 or more employees is required to carry workers' comp insurance. For the construction industry, it is 1 or more employees. So for the construction industry, the requirement is a little bit more strict on there. Other states have their own rules on who's required to carry workers' comp coverage. So there is a common misconception out there that if a contractor or a business hires another contractor to perform work for them, and that contractor that they're hiring is not required by state law to carry workers' comp, that contractor is automatically exempt from workers' comp coverage. And that's not necessarily true, because as a general contractor that hires someone else, they are still liable for any injuries that contractor or that business working for them could sustain while they're working for them. So what we would advise to a business that is hiring subcontractors to perform work is to be familiar with how the state rules apply to how contractors with no employees are treated. So for example, in the state of Missouri, an individual with no employees is not required to carry workers' comp coverage, but that general contractor that hires them still could be liable for them if they were to be injured. So even though that subcontractor is not required by the state statute to carry workers' comp coverage, that general contractor could still be liable in that situation. So in those situations, it is recommended for the general contractor to request a copy of a certificate of insurance for that individual with no employees. Even though they're not required to carry it by state statute, the general contractor would still be responsible for that subcontractor while they are working for them. And in other states, those laws can be different, so it's important for the hiring contractor to understand the rules in the state that they are operating in on how those subcontractors with no employees are going to be handled for workers' comp coverage. So a business owner should consider getting work comp on their own, even if they're not required to carry it, if the companies that they are working for have asked for a certificate of insurance. In those situations, that contractor that they're working for, that business that they're working for, is going to want to see a certificate of insurance because they could be liable for that business that they are hiring to do the work.